The NBA season is coming up in about 30 days, depending on when you watch this video, and the storylines this year are pretty great. The Lakers and the Clippers and that whole new rivalry, or the rivalry renewed. The Warriors without KD and how they're gonna adjust. Harden and Westbrook and Houston and how they'd fit. A lot of storylines are out there that are very interesting, and it'll be talked about on SportsCenter a lot. But I believe there is one team and one storyline that I think is really falling under most people's radars, considering how good the team is. And that team I want to talk about today is the Utah Jazz. But before we talk about the Utah Jazz, let's go ahead and shout out the sponsors of this video, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is an app where you can get tickets for whatever event you want to go to, whether it be sports or concerts. SeatGeek has you covered. They show you a map of the event you want to go to with the best deals marked with a green dot and the worst ones marked with a red dot. And I believe one of the most underrated features of this app is definitely their filter that shows prices with ticket fees. And if you've been on any other website, you know exactly how big of a deal that is. And thanks to the people over at SeatGeek, you can use the code BSouls for $20 off your first order. So once again, shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video. Check the link in the description to learn more. But let's get back into this video. So first, let me preface everything I'm about to say by saying that people are talking about the Utah Jazz, and no one's saying they're bad. I haven't heard anyone say that they are bad. But I just don't think people exactly get how good this team is. You see, right now, in terms of how the NBA community views the NBA hierarchy of teams, in the West, it kind of feels like it's the Clippers with Kawhi, Paul George, and their crew, the Lakers with LeBron and AD and their crew, and then everybody else is competing for second or third place, depending on how you look at it. But to me, I really don't think that. And I don't have a problem with thinking that the Clippers and Lakers are just above everyone else because of their offseason acquisitions. But me personally, I really do think that the Utah Jazz are right on their level, if not just a slight notch below. To fully capture exactly how good I think the Utah Jazz are going to be this year, first we have to truly capture how good the Jazz were the season prior. Last year, the Jazz won 50 games in the grueling Western Conference, which is no easy feat. They had the second best defense in the league, spearheaded by Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert. Their offense led by a 22-year-old who averaged 24, 4, and 4, albeit on subpar efficiency in Donovan Mitchell. One of the best coaches in the league with Coach Snyder, a more than quality starter in Joe Ingles, and a solid supporting cast around that core. That team was a really good team. Not a championship caliber team, but a very, very solid team. But in the offseason, the Jazz, they didn't just stay put and wanted to improve internally and just hope on Rudy improving or Donovan Mitchell improving. No, the Jazz went to work. And in the offseason, yes, they lost key players like Jay Crowder, Kyle Korver, Derek Favors, and Ricky Rubio, who were key parts of their team last year. But I believe the acquisitions they made this offseason really made up for it. First, we have to look at their acquisition of all-star caliber point guard Mike Conley, which I believe was huge. This is a position they've been trying to fill the past couple of years. Yes, Ricky Rubio is good, but again, it's another position that definitely can be upgraded. Mike Conley is also a 18 to 20 point per game scorer, and they've also been looking for that second or third option to Donovan Mitchell. And also, he brings a lot of experience and a lot of grit and grind, and he's a great defensive point guard, so I believe Mike Conley will fit perfectly with this team. They also added Bojan Bogdanovic, who was pretty much Indiana's go-to scorer after Oladipo went down last year with an injury. And after Oladipo went down, Bojan would continue to average 18 points per game on 50-40-80 splits for the rest of the season, which is great. And then with the bench, like I said, yes, they did lose Jay Crowder, Kyle Korver, Derek Favors, and Ricky Rubio and players like that, but they did reload their bench with guys like Emmanuel Mudiay, who did average 15 points per game last year, albeit for the Knicks, Jeff Green, and Ed Davis, who are again solid contributors off the bench. And mind you, even after all of this, Rudy Gobert is still only 27 years old. and will probably be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate again, if not win it again. And then you also have another year of potential improvement from Donovan Mitchell, who, can I remind you guys, is only 23 years old. What if he makes another leap? Let's say, he averages 24 points again, but on better efficiency, or increases that average to 25 to 27 points per game. While yes, there are legitimate questions about the forward position with this team, and yes, they don't have a top 5, and really you can make a case they don't really have a top 10 player in the league. If you really look at all of what they have, why can't they go toe-to-toe with any team in the NBA? To me, this team is going to be a very exciting team to watch. If not exciting, this is going to be a team that's going to be very good. And I think more people need to start noticing that the Utah Jazz are coming. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And I am out. Peace.